The rain fell in relentless sheets on that gray autumn afternoon in Boston, soaking through the black umbrellas clustered around the open grave. Alex stood at the edge of the crowd, his suit clinging to his skin like a second layer of grief, watching as the casket lowered into the earth, the final resting place of the man who had been his world for the past 5 years. Whispers cut through the patter of raindrops like knives. "Look at him, the boy toy, thinking he belongs here," someone muttered, loud enough for Alex to hear, and it stung deeper than the chill in the air. He clenched his fists, nails digging into his palms, fighting the urge to turn and confront them. These were Richard's family. His sister Elaine, sharp-tongued and unyielding, her husband Mark with his perpetual scowl, and a scattering of cousins who had never hidden their disdain. Richard, at 58, had been a successful architect, a widower with a daughter from his first marriage, and Alex, 30 years his junior, was the gold-digging opportunist in their eyes. They had opposed the marriage from the start, calling it a midlife crisis, a fling that would fizzle out. But it hadn't. It had blossomed into something real, profound, built on late-night conversations about dreams deferred and futures reclaimed. As the priest droned on about eternal peace, Alex's mind flashed back to their first meeting. It was at a gallery opening in Cambridge, where Alex worked as a curator's assistant fresh out of art school. Richard had wandered in, drawn by a painting of stormy seas that mirrored his own turbulent life after losing his wife to cancer. They talked for hours, Richard's wisdom clashing with Alex's youthful idealism, sparking a connection neither expected. What started as mentorship evolved into love, quiet and steady, away from prying eyes. But when they eloped in a small ceremony on Cape Cod, the backlash was swift. Elaine accused Alex of preying on her vulnerable brother, of seducing him for his wealth. "You're half his age," she spat during their first family dinner. "What could you possibly offer besides a pretty face?" Alex had bitten back his retort then, for Richard's sake. He loved the man deeply, not for the brownstone in Back Bay or the comfortable life, but for the way Richard saw him, truly saw him, beyond the surface. Richard had encouraged Alex to pursue his own art, setting up a studio in their home where Alex painted abstracts that captured the chaos of emotion. And then there was Lily, Richard's 8-year-old daughter, who had become the light in their blended family. She called Alex Papa at first, tentatively, but it stuck, evolving into a bond that felt unbreakable. Now, at the graveside, Lily clung to Alex's leg, her small hand gripping his pants as if he might disappear too. The service ended, and people began to disperse, but Elaine approached, her eyes red-rimmed but hard. "This isn't your place," she hissed under her breath, glancing at Lily. "You've played house long enough. The will might say otherwise, but blood is blood." Alex swallowed the lump in his throat. "Elaine, please, not here." But she pressed on, her voice rising just enough to draw attention. "You think marrying him makes you family? Everyone knows what you are, a temporary distraction. Richard deserved better than some kid chasing his inheritance." Murmurs rippled through the remaining mourners, nods of agreement from those who had whispered earlier. Alex felt heat rise in his cheeks, a mix of anger and shame. He wasn't chasing anything. He had his own job, his own dreams. But how do you prove love to people who refuse to see it? Then, Lily's voice pierced the tension, small but clear. "Daddy," she said, tugging at Alex's sleeve, her eyes wide and tearful. "Can we go home now? I miss Papa Richard." The word daddy hung in the air like a thunderclap. Elaine froze, her mouth agape. The whispers stopped abruptly. Lily had never called Alex that before. Not in public, anyway. It was their private term, born from bedtime stories and scraped knees. But here, in this moment, it silenced the doubters, turning their mockery into awkward silence. Alex knelt down, pulling her into a hug, his voice breaking. "Yeah, kiddo, let's go home." As they walked away, hand in hand, Alex felt a flicker of vindication amid the grief. But he knew this was just the beginning. The funeral was over, but the battles for what remained of their family were only starting. Back at the brownstone that evening, the house felt cavernous without Richard's presence. Alex tucked Lily into bed, reading her favorite story about a lost bear finding its way home. She fell asleep clutching his hand, and he sat there for hours, staring at the walls adorned with his paintings, vibrant swirls that now seemed muted. Downstairs, the phone rang. It was Richard's lawyer, Mr. Hargrove, sounding grave. "Alex, we need to talk about the will. Elaine's contesting it. She claims undue influence." Of course she was. Alex sighed, rubbing his temples. The will left everything to him and Lily in trust. The house, the savings, even Richard's firm shares. But Elaine saw it as theft, not legacy. "I loved him," Alex said quietly. "That's all the influence there was." "I believe you," Hargrove replied. "But you'll need to prove it in court. Gather any evidence, letters, photos, witnesses. This could get ugly." Hanging up, Alex poured himself a glass of whiskey, Richard's favorite brand. He thought of their honeymoon in Vermont, hiking trails hand in hand, laughing about the age gap. "They'll call you my boy toy," Richard had joked. "But you're my partner, Alex, equal in every way." Tears came then, hot and unbidden. How had it come to this? A love story twisted into a courtroom drama. The next morning, Alex dropped Lily at school, her backpack slung over her shoulder. "Will Aunt Elaine take me away?" she asked innocently. "No, sweetie," he assured her, though doubt gnawed at him. "We're family." But as he drove to the gallery, his phone buzzed with messages from friends. Supportive, but laced with pity. "Hang in there," one said. "Don't let them define you." At work, his boss, Carla, pulled him aside. "Take time off if you need. We all know Richard was the real deal for you." "Thanks," he murmured. But inside, the whispers from the funeral echoed. "Boy toy. Opportunist." That afternoon, Elaine showed up unannounced at the house, a stack of papers in hand. "I'm filing for custody of Lily," she declared. "You're not fit to raise her. What kind of example are you setting?" Alex's heart pounded. "I'm her father now. Richard wanted this." "Richard was manipulated," she snapped. "A man your age with someone like him? It's unnatural." The word hit like a slap. Unnatural. It wasn't just about money. It was about who they were. Two men building a life together in a world that still judged. As she left, slamming the door, Alex sank onto the couch, head in hands. The fight was on, and he wondered if love was enough to win it. Weeks blurred into a haze of legal meetings and sleepless nights. Alex pored over old emails and photo albums in the dim light of the study, piecing together evidence of their life together. There was the snapshot from their wedding day. Richard beaming in a simple suit, Alex's arm around his waist, the ocean crashing behind them. Letters Richard had written during business trips. "My dear Alex, you bring color to my grayscale world. These weren't the trappings of a fling. They were the foundations of a marriage." But Elaine's campaign was relentless. She rallied the family, spreading stories to mutual friends about how Alex had inserted himself into Richard's life right after his wife's death. "He preyed on grief," she told anyone who would listen. Social media buzzed with subtle digs. Posts from cousins about protecting legacies from outsiders. Alex avoided it all, focusing on Lily. He helped with her homework, cooked her favorite mac and cheese, and held her when nightmares came. "Papa Richard's in heaven," she'd say, and he'd nod, choking back his own sorrow. One evening, as they ate dinner, Lily looked up with wide eyes. "Why does Aunt Elaine hate you, Daddy?" Alex paused, fork midway to his mouth. "She doesn't hate me, honey. She's just sad about losing her brother. But she says you're not my real dad." He set down his utensil, pulling her into his lap. "Family isn't just about blood. It's about who loves you every day. I chose you and you chose me." She nodded, but the seed of doubt was planted. That night, Alex called his best friend, Jamie, who lived across town. "I don't know if I can do this," he confessed. "They're tearing us apart." "You have to fight," Jamie urged. "Richard believed in you. Show them the man he loved." Inspired, Alex reached out to Richard's old colleagues at the architecture firm. Many remembered him fondly. recounting how Alex had organized charity events or supported Richard through health scares. "He was good for Richard," one partner said, "brought him back to life. But not everyone was supportive." At a pretrial hearing in the Suffolk County Courthouse, Elaine's lawyer grilled Alex on the stand. "Mr. Thompson, isn't it true you quit your full-time job after marrying my client's brother?" "I reduced hours to focus on my art," Alex replied steadily. "Richard encouraged it." "And the age difference? 30 years. Did that not strike you as unusual?" "Love doesn't have an age limit," Alex said, his voice firm. Murmurs filled the room, some approving, others skeptical. The lawyer smirked. Or perhaps it was the financial security that appealed. Objection sustained, but the damage was done. As Alex stepped down, he caught Elaine's triumphant glance. Outside, reporters lingered, drawn by the salacious angle. Young widower versus vengeful sister-in-law. "Is it true you're fighting for the estate?" one shouted. "No comment," Alex muttered, hurrying to his car. Back home, Lily had a playdate with a neighbor's kid, giving Alex a rare moment alone. He wandered into Richard's office, running fingers over the drafting table where blueprints still lay. A note caught his eye, tucked in a drawer. "To Alex, if I'm gone. Raise Lily with the love we shared. She needs you." Tears blurred his vision. Richard had known his family might turn. He'd prepared for this. The next day, Alex met with Hargrove to discuss strategy. "We have witnesses, but Elaine's pushing for a psych eval on you," the lawyer said, "claiming instability due to grief." "Ridiculous," Alex fumed. "I'm the stable one here. It's a tactic. Stay calm." Calm was hard when Lily came home from school upset. "Kids said you're not my dad because you're a boy who married a boy." Alex knelt to her level. "Some people don't understand, but that doesn't change us. Papa Richard and I loved each other, and we both love you." She hugged him tight. "I love you too, Daddy." That affirmation fueled him. He started a journal, chronicling their daily life, proof of normalcy amid chaos. But tension mounted as the court date loomed. Elaine escalated, petitioning to limit Alex's access to Lily during proceedings. "For the child's sake," her filing read. Alex's anger boiled over in a phone call to her. "How can you do this? Richard trusted me." "Trusted you? You charmed your way in," she retorted. "Lily needs a traditional family." "Traditional? Like the one where you barely visited?" Alex shot back, regretting it instantly. The line went dead. He paced the living room, heart racing. This wasn't just about inheritance. It was a clash of worlds, progressive love versus rigid norms. A breakthrough came unexpectedly. Richard's ex-colleague, Sarah, contacted Alex. "I have emails from Richard praising your role as a parent. He worried about Elaine's interference." Grateful, Alex added them to the file. But doubt crept in. Was he fighting for Lily, or to prove the naysayers wrong? As winter set in, snow blanketing Boston, the case heated up. At a mediation session, Elaine faced him across a table. "Drop the claim on the estate, and I'll back off custody." "No," Alex said. "It's for Lily's future." Her eyes narrowed. "You're delusional if you think you can replace her real parents." "I don't replace, I add," he replied. The mediator sighed. "This will go to trial." Leaving, Alex felt the weight of it all. In the car, he cried raw, ugly sobs for the life lost, the battles ahead. That night, tucking Lily in, she whispered, "Don't let her take me, Daddy." "I won't," he promised, steeling himself for the storm. The trial opened on a crisp January morning in the historic courtroom, sunlight filtering through tall windows onto polished wood benches. Alex sat rigidly beside Hargrove, dressed in a conservative suit, trying to project the image of a devoted widower rather than the caricature Elaine painted. The gallery was packed. Family, friends, even a few reporters scribbling notes. Lily waited in an anteroom with a social worker, shielded from the spectacle. Elaine's lawyer opened with a bang, portraying Alex as an interloper. This young man exploited a grieving widower, inserting himself into a vulnerable family for personal gain. Exhibits flashed on the screen, bank statements showing transfers to Alex's account, framed as payoffs, not shared finances. Hargrove countered smoothly. These were joint decisions in a loving marriage. Let's hear from witnesses. First up was Jamie, Alex's friend. I've seen their relationship up close. It was genuine. Alex cared for Richard through his illness, not for money. Cross-examination twisted it. But Mr. Thompson is significantly younger. Could it have been infatuation? Love, Jamie insisted. Pure and simple. Then Sarah took the stand, reading Richard's emails. Alex is the father Lily needs. Patient, kind. My sister doesn't understand, but I do. Elaine fidgeted, her composure cracking. When her turn came, she testified tearfully. My brother changed after meeting Alex. He distanced himself from us, poured money into this lifestyle. Lifestyle? The judge interjected. Clarify. 2 men raising a child, Elaine said. It's not natural. Lily deserves stability. Murmurs erupted. Alex's stomach churned. This was the core prejudice, cloaked in concern. Hargrove pressed her. Did you visit often? Support Richard after his wife's death. I was busy, she admitted. But blood family matters. Family is action, not just blood, Hargrove retorted. Alex testified next, voice steady despite nerves. I met Richard by chance, fell in love by choice. We built a home for Lily. She calls me daddy because that's what I am. The lawyer pounced. But you benefited financially. The will favors you over his sister. Richard wrote it years ago, Alex said. He wanted us protected. As he stepped down, a recess was called. In the hallway, a reporter approached. How does it feel being labeled a gold digger? Heartbreaking, Alex replied honestly. But truth will out. Resuming, a child psychologist testified for Elaine. Age gap relationships can confuse children. Lily might struggle with identity. Hargrove called their rebuttal expert. Lily shows strong attachment to Alex, disrupting that could cause trauma. The day ended with closing arguments looming. That evening, Alex picked up Lily from the sitter. How was court? She asked. Boring grown-up stuff, he lied, smiling. But inside, fear gripped him. What if they won? Losing Lily would destroy him. The next session brought surprises. Elaine's husband Mark testified reluctantly. Richard seemed happy with Alex. I didn't agree, but he was content. Elaine glared at him, a crack in their united front. Then, the pivotal moment. Lily was allowed to speak in chambers, her words read aloud. I want to stay with Daddy Alex. He makes me feel safe, like Papa did. The courtroom hushed. Elaine's tears flowed, but were they regret or defeat? In closings, Elaine's lawyer hammered tradition. Preserve the family as Richard knew it, with his blood relatives. Hargrove appealed to emotion. Richard's will honors his chosen family. Love defines us, not outdated norms. The judge deliberated overnight. Alex barely slept, replaying every word. Morning brought the verdict. The will stands. Custody to Mr. Thompson, with visitation for Ms. Elaine. Relief washed over Alex as he hugged Hargrove. Elaine stormed out, but not before a parting shot. This isn't over. In the days following, life tentatively normalized. Alex enrolled Lily in art classes, channeling his own passion. But scars remained. Friends distanced themselves, caught in the family rift. And online, anonymous comments branded him a homewrecker. One afternoon, walking in the common, Lily skipped ahead. Daddy, why do people stare? They're just curious, he said. But he knew. Their family challenged norms, sparked debates. A month later, Elaine called, voice softer. Can I see Lily? I miss her. Alex hesitated. Only if you respect us. I'll try. Their first visit was awkward. Tense silences broken by Lily's chatter. Elaine watched Alex interact with her niece, a flicker of understanding in her eyes. Richard really loved you, she admitted quietly. It was mutual, Alex replied. As she left, a truce formed. Not friendship, but acceptance. Yet peace was fragile. At a family gathering Elaine hosted, cousins whispered anew. Still think he's legit? One said. Alex ignored them, focusing on Lily's laughter. But the doubts lingered, a shadow over their victory. Spring arrived, bringing renewal. Alex exhibited his paintings at a local gallery. Works inspired by Richard, bold strokes of loss and love. The opening night, Elaine attended unexpectedly. These are beautiful, she said. He'd be proud. For the first time, Alex saw her not as enemy, but as a grieving sister. Thank you. As they parted, she hugged Lily. Take care of your daddy. The words echoed the funeral's turning point, closing a circle. But questions remained. Had justice prevailed? Or was it just a pause in the prejudice? With the legal storm subsided, Alex threw himself into rebuilding. He took over aspects of Richard's firm, consulting on projects to honor his legacy. Mornings were routines. Breakfast with Lily, school drop-offs, then hours in the studio where paint became therapy. His latest series explored identity, swirling colors representing the fluidity of love and family. But society didn't forget easily. At Lily's school play, parents murmured, "That's the guy from the news, the one who married the old man." Alex smiled politely, but it chipped at his resolve. Jamie noticed during their weekly coffee. "You're carrying too much. Date again? Move on." "Too soon," Alex said. "Besides, who wants this baggage?" "You deserve happiness," Jamie pressed. The idea simmered. Months later, at an art mixer, Alex met Tomas, a sculptor in his 30s with kind eyes and a laugh that warmed the room. They talked shop, then personal, Alex sharing his story cautiously. "Sounds intense," Tomas said, "but admirable. Fighting for your kid? That's strength." They exchanged numbers, and dates followed. Walks in the park, dinners where conversation flowed effortlessly. Tomas understood loss, having cared for his ailing mother. "Family is what we make," he echoed Alex's mantra. Lily met him warily at first. "Are you Daddy's boyfriend?" Tomas chuckled. "Friend for now, okay?" She nodded, warming up over ice cream. But Elaine caught wind. During a visitation, she cornered Alex. "Already moving on? Richard's barely cold." "It's been a year," Alex defended. "I grieved, still do. But life continues." "For Lily's sake, slow down," she warned. "People talk." "Let them," he said, but doubt crept in. Was he betraying Richard? Tomas reassured him. "Love isn't finite. Richard would want you happy." Their relationship deepened, Tomas staying over occasionally. One night, as they lay talking, Alex confessed his fears. "Society sees me as the young widower who struck gold, now playing the field." "Screw society," Tomas replied. "Live your truth." But truth collided with reality at a family reunion Elaine organized. A tentative olive branch. Cousins grilled Tomas subtly. "So, another artist? Convenient." Alex tensed, but Tomas handled it gracefully. "Art brought us together, like it did Alex and Richard." Lily defended too. "Tomas is nice. He makes Daddy smile." Elaine pulled Alex aside. "He's good with her. But be careful. Our world isn't kind to non-traditional setups." "It's 2026, Alex retorted. "Time to evolve." She sighed. "I'm trying. For Lily. Progress, albeit slow." Then, a curveball, Lily's school counselor called. She's been asking about her real mom and dad. The trial stirred things. Alex's heart sank. That evening, he sat with her photo album open. "Your mom was wonderful. Kind, like you. She passed when you were little. Papa Richard and I raised you together." "But why two daddies?" she probed. "Because love comes in all forms," he explained. "Some people don't get it, but it's okay." She hugged him. "I'm glad you're my daddy." Relief mixed with ongoing worry. As Tomas integrated more, whispers amplified. An anonymous letter arrived. "You're confusing that child." Stick to your own kind. Alex crumpled it, but it shook him. Maybe we're moving too fast, he told Tomas. No, Tomas insisted. This is bigotry. Fight it. Inspired, Alex wrote an op-ed for a local paper. Anonymous at first. Redefining family after loss. It went viral, sparking debates online. Supporters praised his courage. Detractors called it propaganda. Elaine read it, calling afterward. That was you? Bold. Necessary, he said. Their dialogue opened. She shared her own regrets, distancing from Richard due to her discomfort with his sexuality. I was raised differently, but seeing you with Lily. Maybe I was wrong. Turning point. Summer brought vacations. Alex, Tomas, and Lily to the Cape, echoing his elopement with Richard. Building sandcastles, Alex felt joy return. But a beach encounter soured it. A former acquaintance sneered. New boy toy already? Tomas stepped in. Partner. Respect it. The man backed off, but the label stung anew. Back home, Alex confronted his past. He visited Richard's grave, Tomas waiting in the car. I miss you, he whispered. But I'm living, like you wanted. Peace settled. Yet, challenges persisted. Lily faced bullying at school. Your dad's a freak? 2 husbands? Alex met with the principal, advocating for inclusivity training. My family is valid. Changes came slowly, but they came. As fall approached, Elaine invited them for Thanksgiving. All of you, she specified. The dinner was tense at first, but laughter emerged. Cousins engaged Tomas genuinely. Lily beamed. In a quiet moment, Elaine toasted. To family, however it looks. Alex clinked glasses, hopeful. But was it genuine acceptance or fragile peace? Years passed, the sharp edges of grief softening into cherished memories. Lily grew into a teenager, 13 now, with Richard's curiosity and Alex's artistic flair. She excelled in school, painting murals that won awards. Alex's career flourished too. His gallery shows drew crowds, themes of resilience resonating widely. Tomas became a fixture, proposing on a quiet evening in the brownstone. Will you marry me? He asked, ring in hand. Yes, Alex said, tears flowing. Lily cheered, helping plan the wedding. Elaine attended, even walking Lily down the aisle as flower girl. I'm happy for you, she told Alex. Truly. The ceremony was intimate, vows echoing their journey. Through judgment and joy, I choose you. Honeymoon in Italy, they reflected. We've come far, Tomas said. But life tested them anew. Lily's high school years brought identity questions. Kids say our family's weird, 2 dads. Then another. Alex listened patiently. Weird to them, normal to us. Own it. She did, joining LGBTQ+ clubs, advocating for acceptance. But a school debate on traditional families hit home. Opponents argued against same-sex adoption, citing confusion for kids. Lily spoke up. My dad's raised me with love. That's what matters. Applause followed, but backlash too, online trolls targeting her. Alex comforted her. Proud of you. Ignore the hate. Elaine stepped in, defending publicly. My niece's family is beautiful. Times change. Her evolution inspired Alex. They co-hosted events for family equality, bridging divides. Yet conflicts arose. A distant relative contested a trust fund clause, dredging up old accusations. Alex influenced Richard unduly. The case was dismissed quickly, evidence solid. But it reopened wounds. Tomas supported. We've proven ourselves before. We'll do it again. Lily, now vocal, wrote a blog. Growing up with 2 dads. Love wins. It garnered attention, interviews following. How did the funeral moment change things? One asked. It showed truth, she said. Calling him daddy silenced the doubters. Alex watched proudly, but pondered the cost, constant defense of their existence. As Lily prepared for college, Alex faced empty nest fears. You'll be fine, Tomas assured. At her graduation, Elaine hugged her. Richard would burst with pride. The family expanded, resilient, celebrated. But in quiet moments, Alex wondered about legacies. Had their struggles paved ways, or merely survived? Reflecting on the journey, from mocked widower to affirmed father, Alex realized love's power, yet its fragility in a judgmental world. In the end, was it right that a child's innocent word had to prove a man's worth as a husband and father? Word count. For 89. Wait, this seems short. Let me adjust to meet 1,000. Wait, total should be 5,000. File 1:1023, 2:1018, 3:998, 4:1002. Total so far 4041. So file 5 needs 959 for 5,000. Expanding file 5. Years passed, the sharp edges of grief softening into cherished memories. Lily grew into a teenager, 13 now, with Richard's curiosity and Alex's artistic flair. She excelled in school, painting murals that won awards. Alex's career flourished too. His gallery shows drew crowds, themes of resilience resonating widely. Tomas became a fixture, proposing on a quiet evening in the brownstone. "Will you marry me?" he asked, ring in hand. "Yes," Alex said, tears flowing. Lily cheered, helping plan the wedding. Elaine attended, even walking Lily down the aisle as flower girl. "I'm happy for you," she told Alex. Truly, the ceremony was intimate, vows echoing their journey. "Through judgment and joy, I choose you." Honeymoon in Italy, they reflected. "We've come far," Tomas said. "From whispers at a funeral to this." Back home, life settled into new rhythms. Alex mentored young artists, sharing stories of perseverance. "Love is worth the fight," he'd say. But society evolved unevenly. A political shift brought anti-LGBTQ+ bills, threatening adoptions like theirs retrospectively. Alex joined protests, Lily by his side. "This affects families like ours," she argued. Elaine, surprisingly, marched too. "I was wrong before. Now I see." Their bond strengthened through activism. At a rally, Alex spoke. "My husband's death didn't end our family. It tested it. We endured because love is stronger than hate." Applause thundered, but counter-protesters jeered. "Abomination!" Tomas squeezed his hand. "Keep going." Lily faced her own battles. In college applications, she wrote essays on identity. "Growing up with gay dads taught me empathy." Accepted to NYU, she thrived, majoring in social justice. Visits home were filled with debates. "Dad, why did you stay in Boston? So much prejudice." "It's home," Alex said, "and change starts here." Elaine hosted holidays, traditions blending. Cousins once distant, engaged. "Sorry for before," one admitted. "We were ignorant." Forgiveness came hard, but Alex granted it. "We all grow." As Lily graduated, starting a nonprofit for queer families, Alex beamed. "You're the legacy." Tomas and he traveled, enjoying empty nest freedom. But health scares reminded them of mortality. Tomas's minor surgery, Alex's checkups echoing Richard's illness. In quiet evenings, they reminisced. "That funeral day," Alex said, "Lily's words saved me." "It revealed truth," Tomas replied, reflecting on it all, from boy-toy taunts to familial acceptance. Alex pondered society's progress. Debates raged. Were such families natural? Did age gaps invalidate love? He wrote a memoir, Daddy's Silence, sparking discussions nationwide. Interviews probed, "Did the child's call prove your legitimacy?" "It shouldn't have to," Alex answered. "Love should be enough." Elaine endorsed it. My brother's story, through Alex's eyes. The book tour brought closure, fans sharing similar tales. "You gave me hope," one said. Back home, with Lily visiting, they sat by the fire. "Proud of us," she said. Alex nodded, heart full. Yet the question lingered, in a world quick to judge. Was it fair that a simple daddy had to hush the critics, proving what should be self-evident?